on the planet. And I just think it's because now as everyone has the cameras that it's before there were just being pictures of pie plates and things that came in, and they're easy to kind of say, here's evidence that, you know, green men are coming down and taking us away. But I do think there's life out in the universe somewhere, and it won't surprise me if it's in our own backyard, you know, if it's on Mars or in some of the planets farther on out.
Thank you. Could I ask Artie Chuan from QE2 to put his question forward, please?
What's the scariest part of a shuttle mission?
Scariest part of the shuttle mission. Actually, I had one of my old crewmates said the scariest part for him was when you go out to the space shuttle, you know, you're a couple hundred feet in the air, and the only thing below you is this iron grating that's open. You can actually look down and see. And he said the hardest part for him was literally crossing the gangway from the big vehicle to get it in the vehicle. But he was the word I'd use. I think apprehensive is more the term I like to use. When you're sitting there in your seat for those 3.5 hours or so, or 3 hours after you get strapped in, you're waiting to launch, you've made the decision to get on the vehicle. We have trained and we understand the engineering behind the vehicle. We understand how the systems work. We know all the backups. We have faith in the people that have put us in this position. So I have always been confident that the vehicle is going to work. What I've been less confident about is my own personal ability to execute the procedures and plans that they have spent an inordinate amount of time and energy to make sure I knew. So I'm much more apprehensive about my own personal performance than I ever am about my own personal safety as regards to the vehicle. And I think that is, that's really the sensation I feel. That, and I suggest you all go home, put your feet up in the air for about 3 hours, and you can figure out what you really feel.
Thank you very much. That comes to the end of the questions, but I would just like to reiterate how fortunate we have been today to have speakers of this caliber who shared with us their unique experiences, something that we can only imagine. And I hope that your imagination has now been fired. You can now look forward to new horizons, other interests, other objects, and I hope that this is going to stimulate your imagination. I have to say that you've been very attentive as an audience today, and that's been demonstrated by the questions you put down. I'd like to thank you for your participation, and your participation has helped us up here to get more out of it as well. So I'm sure that the crew have found it very interesting. And I must once again thank them for coming. I do appreciate, as we all do, they have many demands on their time. You're gifted people. You've given your time, and time is something that you can never get back. So I do appreciate everything that you've done for us. If you could just show your appreciation to the astronauts in the normal way, please. Thank you. Just before we go, there's a few more thanks I would just like to give. Once again to the students, you've been first class today, you've been a credit to the Isle of Man, and I do feel proud of you. Thank you very much. I'd also like to thank Wi-Manx, who provided the live stream today out onto the internet, and that's once again embracing modern technology. The teachers who come along today and supported the students and helped to make it all happen, and also the Villa Marina staff who've had a very tight turnaround. I was here last night in body as well as spirit at 11:30. So when we left here last night, the tables and chairs were out because there was a dinner on, and then we walked in here 8:15 this morning. It's all changed, it's all ready to run. So I'd like to offer a big thank you to them. And last but not least, I'd like to thank those in the Chief Secretary's office and also in my own department who've been responsible for organising this. This isn't easy to put together. There's quite a lot of logistics involved. But if I could just use a theatrical expression, It'll be all right on the night, and it certainly has. Thank you very much. Thank you.